Welcome back to the latest edition of the Triple
Triple?
Threat Podcast. we ain't even plan that.
We didn't because I messed up at the end and it was clear.
We ain't plan that. But this is the Triple Threat Podcast NFL preview show. Whole gang together. Rob on my left. B on my right.
We're both on your right.
B on my other right. Got a lot of topics to get into. This NFL season starting up on Sunday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. My bad.
You won't forget about the champs?
So that means what you call it? What's that thing you was trying to get off the ground for like the last?
Oh,
The
it's
draft?
picks column.
Yeah,
Oh!
Picks column starting back up.
I'm a busy guy, guys.
Honestly,
I won't include this Thursday's game. It's the Pats minus. It's Pats -9 is the opening line.
this is his picks column.
The Chiefs always play the Pats tough. I like the Chiefs +9. They're gonna lose, but I like the Chiefs +9. Remember, it's a picks column. It's not.
Right,
It's a
picks
gambling.
column.
It's a gambling picks column
Yeah.
based off spreads.
I hope the gamblers and non-gamblers understand. I hope people not going out there saying he said I like the Chiefs.
I picked the Chiefs in my office pool. No. Pick the
Pick
Patriots.
the Chiefs to beat the spread.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. But major shakeup in the NFC this week. Jets trading Sheldon Richardson to the Seahawks for Jermaine Kearse and draft picks.
A draft pick.
A draft pick. Sorry.
Either the second or third, depending
Yeah,
on how
I feel
the
like they should have got a
Jets
lot more
finish.
back for him. But
How old
this
is
the
he?
Jets. Like 20.
Dude, nah, he was young. Yeah, that's.
Sheldon Richardson is young.
Yeah, this is like
He
his fourth year
strikes
with the
me as
Jets.
an old guy. Every
He
time
looks
I
like
see
an
his
old
face.
guy. He has an old man's face, but he's young.
He is
He's
young.
like the Greg Oden of football.
Well, I don't
But
understand.
Kearse is not bad. Like
Yeah,
He's
he's good,
just
but
not as valuable as
Sheldon
yeah,
Richardson.
but you
Richardson?
don't think Kearse and a pick is
well,
a
second
decent
round
enough get
is
back?
Sheldon Richardson. You think a second round pick, because that's the most they could get, is going to be better than Sheldon Richardson?
No, it's not that. But you don't think the total value could possibly be better?
Yeah, true. It could.
Like it could be, but like don't get me wrong, the draft is the draft. There's
Mhm.
shots in the dark sometimes, but I think I mean sometimes you just gotta get what you can.
Yeah.
Like, you're holding on to a franchise type of guy on the line, and it's like we're not doing anything. So invest in the future with whatever you can get now. If like that had to be the best offer on the table for them, then this seemed
Take
random.
that, yeah.
This seemed random, so it's like it had to be something. Maybe it was
Nah, I
something
feel
to
like
do
they
with
coulda got
him.
way more back from
But
another
it's just
team.
maybe with him and the whole him and Brandon Marshall thing. Maybe that's just something they wanted to move away from.
Hey, move him out of this. Like
Like
if
let
you
me
don't
just
shut
rid
up,
of
get
both
out
of
of
them.
here.
Yeah, like you're gonna criticize people or whatever. Brandon Marshall's on another team, man. He's still going with
in the
it.
same
Adam.
stadium, but another team.
Yeah, he's still going at him. And it's like,
And they both making the playoffs this year, so it's all good. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
been to the future. You know what it looks like.
How does this affect the rest of the NFC?
I didn't think the Seahawks were making the playoffs this year. I really didn't. Earlier around draft time, I didn't think, because I thought the Cardinals were going to be good, and I thought only one team was going to leave that division. Now that I notice
Remember
what the
people-
Seahawks have done,
Remember when people picked the Cardinals to make the Super Bowl last season?
yeah, that was a mistake. What the Seahawks have done, their defense looks 2013-ish. I can't not pick them to make the playoffs this year. So I think not just the acquisition of Sheldon Richardson by himself, just what they did throughout the whole offseason, their draft and what they've done. I feel like the Seahawks
They win
have
their division.
elevated.
I think they win their division.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I
And-
don't know how far they go.
I mean, who's
I
in the
think
division?
that's
It's
impact
them,
right there on the
them,
middle
the
line.
Rams, them, the Rams, and the 49ers is not.
I thought it was them and the Cardinals. I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
two teams fighting for that one spot because I think the wild cards are coming from elsewhere.
The Cardinals in their division?
Yeah,
But you think the Cardinals are bad? Why?
I don't think they're bad.
Oh,
I think the
okay.
Cardinals are going to be like 9-7 on the outside looking in, or
I think
10-6.
9-7 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you like them a lot?
I like them 11, 12.
Not everybody can't win 11 games.
That's what I'm saying, but I believe they
And they
do.
do
They're
have.
better than the Seahawks. Or?
No, they just had.
You think
top-
they're both good?
I gotta see the Seahawks. I still have to see them. Like
They
the
have
running
top
back
8
situation.
Larry
the
Fitzgerald.
running back situation. Who's their wide receiver? Baldwin.
Doug Baldwin, and he's highly underrated.
Yeah.
He's a top guy.
Oh,
I
they
like
still
him.
got what's his name from the Saints, the tight end.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Graham.
Graham.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
But they
Uh,
have to they have to keep their running back situation tight because
I
every
think-
year they get hurt
yeah.
now.
I like CJ Prosise to come away with that job.
Over
Eddie Lacy.
wait, Rawls not there no more.
Rolls is there too,
Nah,
but
La- Lacy
I've
already
seen
got the
Rolls
job.
too. He has the job now, week 1, but you really think Eddie Lacy's gonna hold on to that job?
If
If he
stays
plays like he
fit-
was
if
playing
he plays like he was
before,
playing
yeah.
in the beginning and
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I
yeah.
think he
I
can.
was like, what, one half a season or one full season
It
he
was
was
like
doing
he was a running back for like a year and a half, wasn't he? It was one season.
it was one good season,
year
and
and a
then
half.
the other half of the season, then he got hurt.
I don't know who that guy you said was taking the job is.
Thomas Rolls.
No.
CJ
Prosise.
Prosise. He's the third down back, so he's gonna have a role regardless. He was just too good last year to not use more often.
Christine
Before he
Michael
got
was
injured,
good.
too.
I'm gonna be surprised. They better trade Rawls then, because Rawls was good. Rawls was a quality back. You can get something for that.
I don't know. I think
I like Rawls
they
better
probably
than
bump-
Lacy, and I think Lacy will be all right. But
they bumped somebody out of the NFC playoff picture for me because I ain't have them
Who?
making it either.
who was your six?
Was it the Cardinals, or you
It
think
was-
the Cardinals still making it?
It was gonna be the Cardinals or the Saints.
You like the Saints this
Yeah.
year?
I think Adrian Peterson has an impact on them. I think they can hold leads now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that
But they
was
had
their
Mark
problem
Ingram
before.
last year. And he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad. but
They
he's not
both
Adrian
have them this
Peterson.
year too. It was both of them. Technically, Mark Ingram's the number 1 running back.
He's not gonna be.
He shouldn't be. But
Why is he the number 1 running back technically?
he's listed as 1 on the depth chart.
But he's not.
He's not better than AP.
He's
I
not
agree.
gonna be the number 1 running back.
I don't
in,
think so either.
In like sets, like they're not gonna start the game on
I
Sunday.
wonder are they gonna have
with
them
Mark
run as a
Ingram
unit,
in the backfield.
tandem.
Together on the field at once, or
Not together. I don't feel
Like
Just
spelling
like,
each
you
other?
Know, like
Splits.
as the team, you know how teams do it now.
Mhm.
It's not one feature back. It's two
Several.
guys that
A third
you
down back.
specialize in your thing, and it's or a third down back.
Yeah, I just feel like they were never bad to begin with.
the Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
No.
They it was just that they weren't as good as
Mhm.
everybody else on both sides of the ball.
Do they strike that fear back into people that they
Right now, yeah.
like?
I think
If
so.
your
now,
team
too.
plays them, you fear for your team. Like,
Yeah.
not like
That
you're-
front set, I don't think you can run on him. Like, am I afraid that Richard Sherman's gonna shut down Odell? No. Shut down AJ Green? No. But
See, but
am
that's-
I afraid that they could shut down a running back not named Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson? Yeah.
See, but the only thing about that is it's a passing
Or
league.
Ezekiel Elliott.
So because you got Odell Beckham, are you really scared of him?
No.
Like,
If I got Odell Beckham, I'm not scared of
that
nobody.
means the Steelers are gonna walk on him.
I'm scared of every front. seven.
Yeah.
the Steelers are gonna
Antonio
walk all
Brown.
over there and
Do
Le'Veon
they play
Bell.
each other this year?
If they do, but I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
think
like,
so. That would be so cool if they did.
It would.
and like technically, if
Nah, they
if,
don't.
If they have quarterback play, the Cardinals should too. You still got Larry Fitzgerald. I don't think he's getting shut down by too many people. He's
No.
still bigger than half the cornerbacks.
And Carson.
And you
Palmer.
got what's his name, Johnson.
David Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, David
And
Johnson.
you got a good quarterback in Carson Palmer.
Yeah, as
I would
long as-
never disrespect Larry Fitzgerald to say he can, somebody's gonna shut him down. I can never
He
do that.
can't. I don't still don't
Definitely
see. Like
top.
he's older. Don't get me wrong.
He's
Yeah,
definitely
but I
top.
I
can't.
feel like he can't outrun people the way he used to, but he's still big
He's
enough
so
to
good.
violate you.
I got him on a fantasy team, which is highly competitive, and I like it. I like Larry Fitzgerald a lot this year.
I like Larry Fitzgerald a lot every year.
This year especially, though. Especially if Carson Palmer can play like Carson Palmer. We know he. I just see that front seven of Seattle getting a Palmer too many times. Don't get me wrong. They're going to split
And you
the
don't-
series.
But you don't think that see, my thing is when it comes to this front seven thing now,
Mhm.
Brady kind of the way Brady's been playing lately he kind of takes them out the game. So if you learn anything from that, Brady avoids sacks by fast snaps.
Yeah.
Like fast.
Yeah.
If you see that Brady's beating these crazy lines by just getting the ball out, you don't think
Not
the league should
everybody's
emulate?
Brady, though.
But I'm just saying, you don't think the league should emulate fast routes? It's nothing but fast routes. Don't get me wrong, it's talent by quarterback.
Yeah.
But Carson Palmer was once one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he was up there.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah,
he
he
was
was up
in the top.
I don't think he's
7
there
or
now
8.
anymore.
Nah, but he has he had it.
Yeah.
So I believe this age, like who's older, him or Brady?
Brady.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like I believe with putting the best in the best predicaments, he should be able to get it done. I'm not saying he's gonna have Brady like numbers against the Seahawks, but I feel like if you put him in the right situations, he should be able to get it done
Mm-hmm.
with them. So I think as if they're that fast and they get to you that fast, I would just throw a lot of slants to Larry Fitzgerald.
Gerald open. And they got John Brown, who was
Yeah,
a little injured. He was good 2 years ago.
And don't forget, like Johnson could actually catch the ball. So
Yeah, he's all-purpose. He can do
yeah,
everything.
so
All-purpose
it's
back.
like you do too much when the front seven and we have open
And
field
he's a
if you
great
give
third
us
down
that
back,
type
too.
of space.
I'm picking him first overall in our
I-
16-team league.
Who?
David Johnson.
For real?
Yeah, I was gonna pick Le'Veon Bell, but I just like Johnson too much.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. To me, they the best too.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it at all.
So Adrian Peterson is not in your top 3 at all.
No, in fantasy or running back total
Just running backs.
this year. No,
Wait, who's
Wow.
third for you?
Ezekiel Elliott.
But
He's still. I know he's suspended. On. He's still third to me.
he's gonna be third best back total, or like with total stats, or just his impact on them 12
Impact.
games he plays.
He's not. Yeah, he's not gonna. Whatever it is, he plays this season. I think, like talent wise, I think he's third.
Oh yeah.
Impact wise, I don't think
I can
Adrian
respect that
Peterson.
because Adrian Peterson is getting older.
Getting older, like you said,
That's
it's gonna
like
be a
DeMarco
tandem
Murray.
thing,
To me, he can be quality, but he's
Mhm.
not gonna be the best.
and it's gonna be a tandem thing with Mark Ingram and Adrian Peterson. So
It needs to be, or
they're
they
not
need
gonna
trade
allow
for
them
something
to,
Great. And
yeah.
I wouldn't trade Mark. And Mark Ingram is younger.
yeah, wait.
I wouldn't trade Mark Ingram to make Adrian Peterson my feature back.
And they have a good. No, their rookie Alvin Kamara. He looks really good.
That's another running back.
Yeah, he's not gonna get any playing time, but he looks good for the future.
I would even stick him in there.
He just stick
If
it
I,
in.
got, if I got great games like where I'm blowing people out, I'm letting my rookies play. Like regardless of the sport.
Give them
like,
play time.
Yeah, I'm letting you get that game tape, that game feel, like, so you can learn something. When you get stuffed at the line, go talk to AP, go talk to Mark Ingram, figure out what you can figure out. You know what I'm saying? That I would play football a little bit different than most teams play it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know I see it at the end of the year, but I'm saying garbage time, any garbage time. Week 1, if we got garbage time,
Threw up by 40.
you my next up after Ingram, and I'm not letting you go. I'm letting you get good. You know that helps people. So
Yeah.
that's how I would play it. If he's that good, if he's good enough to be as good as you say, I am play. So,
He is, but you never know.
Cause you
could
might
be a
get,
crapshoot.
you might see somebody who proves something in garbage time. Like it'll be crazy. You'll have really like a 3-head puzzle, like just in case something go wrong, he's not running into the rookie wall
Yeah.
because the position you put him in. But you know, NFL, a lot of the teams wait till they out of the playoffs.
To
Or,
trap people.
yeah.
Or the Jets just never play their guys.
Listen,
Christian Ackenberg not
Table
playing
will
right
get
now
on
is
us.
ridiculous.
the table would get.
You'll have two. You'll have 2 wins.
No, they're not gonna lose 16 games. I
They
don't-
played the Patriots last week of the season. The Patriots gonna have nothing to play for. That's y'all win.
Nah, they lose.
guess.
They gonna beat them the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going for it. That's really how I go with teams who are not supposed to be good.
Yeah, and then they beat some team. It's
They
weird.
smoke the team they're
Right.
supposed to lose to, and then they smoke one of the teams they're supposed to lose to, and then lose when that team is not playing. Like the bench comes in and whoops.
Oh, and they just said Ezekiel Elliott's suspension got upheld.
Yep. Nah, he's gonna fight it. He's gonna start week 1.
He find it again.
Yeah, he's gonna take it to court. Some stupid nonsense. And then watch.
before
you
Sunday?
should.
Yeah, in those 6 games, he should just accept it and take it right now.
So he
Because
could-
those 6 games are gonna come in the playoffs. Watch.
oh.
He needs to sit down and just take it right now. If that's my advice for him. And I hate the Cowboys.
I would always take my suspension at the beginning of the year. Y'all can hold it down. If
Yeah.
not, we can win 12 straight.
They did it last year.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it.
Won 11
I-
straight.
Well, 11
Not
straight, but
me,
then what?
I'm
The 2
saying-
teams that beat him.
I'm just saying.
Well, the 1 team that beat him.
I'm just saying. I believe it.
Team
If
that
I'm
didn't get to
on
play
the
him in the
team, I believe
playoffs.
we can win 12 straight. I'd rather win the last 12 than win the first 16 and then lose in the playoffs.
Playoffs. Well, it's gonna happen.
One
So
game,
we'll
and
see
then
what
I
they do.
Still gotta serve suspension.
I have Ezekiel Elliott in a couple leagues. If he's
when you got him at the end of the draft
nah, third, I had to reach like third, fourth round.
for a 6-game suspension. How
That-
many?
if you
How many
that
running
good,
backs
you
you
that
got? That was
good.
your.
No, in that league I got Fournette. I got
Oh, that's that league.
I got a couple guys. No, it's not our league.
Oh, okay. Because you got Fournette in our league too, don't you?
Yeah, I got Fournette in almost every league. I believe in Leonard
And
Fournette.
He's been cleared to play on Sunday.
Who Fournette?
Elliott,
Elliott?
with the, because they have a pending lawsuit against the
The whole
NFL.
draft is
Told you.
tomorrow at 8, right?
Yeah, 16 man.
I'm gonna be
The one that Fred's gonna be in next year. The
I'm
one
a
that
bi-
Fred should be in now. I should delete all of y'all from my draft that didn't even show up last time. put Fred in the league.
Because I was late, but I was there, and I'm like, oh, I know I'm picking this pick next pick.
Like draft is canceled. I hate you guys.
I'm like, oh, I was about to pick. I'm like, no. He texts me like, nah, this one ain't gonna count.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna
I hope
friend any of them
Odell- I
guys
hope
who
Odell
didn't
plays on
draft get a
Sunday
good
now.
team.
Oh,
I'm
well, they'll
quitting.
play it too. Huh?
If any of them guys who didn't draft get a better team than me, I'm quitting.
Most likely they're not gonna play Odell because you gotta play ankle injury safe.
Play 'em.
Who they playing the first week?
The Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Ezekiel Elliott's gonna
They
play.
play
You don't
opening
need
weekends
Odell.
like every year.
Just let Brandon Marshall do it. Or
Brandon
is he not
Marshall's
playing?
good. No, Brandon Marshall's good. He practiced. He's gonna be fine.
How long is Odell supposed to be out?
They didn't say.
Day to day.
He's
Oh, so
basically-
I wouldn't play him.
That's
I
what
would
I'm
make
saying,
sure he's
why
100%
play him?
I want to
That's
beat the
what-
Cowboys.
in the playoffs. Do that by beating them to the playoffs. That's what matters. Oh, we beat y'all twice this year. Good. That was your only win.
Yeah, we went 2-14.
I'm just saying, like, people. I hate when people use that. Like, you know, y'all was 14-2, but the two. What?
No,
If we made the playoffs and y'all didn't, then it's a wrap for that.
but we made the playoffs.
No, I'm just saying, like, if
No, I understand
the
that.
Cowboys went 14-2,
They
y'all
went
was the only-
13-3.
Oh, so that's not what I'm talking about.
We beat them twice.
I know.
And then the Eagles beat them in that last game that didn't even matter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you don't use that if it don't mean like you can't have my number if you're not in the playoffs.
Right.
We got your number. Good, take it home with you.
Oh yeah.
Take it home with y'all. Just don't give it to nobody.
But we basically went the same distance. We both lost our first playoff game.
That's what
and
I'm saying. But
we beat them twice. So
if
we
you
got
make
that.
a playoff, if you make the playoffs and you have my number and I'm also in the playoffs, that makes sense to
Yeah.
brag.
Right.
But if you have 4 wins and 2 of them is against me, you can have your 2 wins. You're not playing me in the playoffs. You're wasting everybody's time with your talk.
So they
Go
got
draft.
Go draft. What team do you think is poised to have a breakout year this season?
Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Maybe that's not a good.
I
They didn't
agree.
make the playoffs last year, so I'm gonna use them. I like them a lot. Like either as a wild card team or even winning that division outright. I like them a lot. I think
I like 'em
Jameis
a lot,
Winston.
too.
Jameis Winston has weapons. Mike Evans, OJ Howard is going to be a stud tight end, and I have him in the fantasy league. They had Doug Martin's on suspension, but they got Jaquiz Rogers picking up the backfield. It's going to be a good year for them, and they have another wide receiver. I forgot Deshaun Jackson, and they have Deshaun Jackson. It's going to be great. Their defense got better. They just got the Broncos' T.J. Ward, who's an astounding safety. Their defense is going to be up and coming. I like them
Broncos
winning.
Got somebody else too.
I like them. I like them winning 10 games this
Jets
season.
needed 'em.
I have the listen. You're not gonna get an argument out of me on that one.
I like them winning 10 games this year, at least 10. No, it's all right. I like them winning at least 10 games this year. Buccaneers are my breakout team this year. Playoffs bound.
Browns win. Broncos wanted that old thing back.
Put some respect. Super Bowl champion Brock Osweiler.
Listen, I don't get it.
Hey, listen, he proved he could get the ball to the 2 receivers. So, as far as what I'm talking about, I
Like
don't
DeAndre
get
Not-
Hopkins.
Not
I could not
DeAndre.
believe that.
Different offense. If they run, listen, they're gonna be better than the
Listen,
Jets.
He beat
yeah,
New
listen,
England.
I know. That's kind of like saying he's smarter than the dumbest kid in class. It's like, who's
That
not
ma-
gonna be better than
I'm
us?
about to go front. Long as you got that cushion between you and last place, you feel a little bit
Yeah,
better.
you. Oh, the Broncos would be so good if they had Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, they would.
Too bad they don't want to be good anymore.
Too bad this Broncos traded-
Brock Osweiler.
They got that 1 ring and they happy.
I say my breakout team, even though it kind of cannot be considered a breakout team because they was just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Oh, the Panthers.
Panthers. I think they're gonna be a lot better than they were.
It's not a breakout team.
It is a breakout team.
They're coming off a hangover.
They're coming off
You know
a
what you do when
losing
you come off
season.
a hangover? You do productive stuff on the day after the hangover.
Yeah. Good point.
Who's your breakout team, B?
That's a good example.
I was trying to think, but I really gotta agree with you because the Bucks have really made moves.
Yeah.
They have.
Moves. Like I like their moves, and it's like I was trying to think of another team because I just think we should have 3 different teams, but not here. We got
It's
2.
tough.
I agree with Rob.
I agree with him,
Deshaun
too.
Jackson, I like that. I like that for them.
Almost forgot he went on that
Yeah,
team.
like Jameis Winston is to me, he's about to be a stud at some point. So I don't see why they should lose. Like barring injury, I don't see where they shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't see where they shouldn't be a problem for most teams. Like
A sleeper team in the playoffs.
they're that type of team where it's like it's gonna be them few guys who bet on them, and it's like you can't really be mad at them for that bet because they seem like they have the weapons to get where they want to go. Maybe just not the experience this year, but if they keep that team together,
They
I
have the
think
veteran
they-
leadership on their team too, though.
Deshaun Jackson. I
TJ
wouldn't really call
Ward.
him. Well, yeah, I
Him
give
and
it to you.
TJ Ward.
I would not give Deshaun Jackson
I wouldn't say they have
of
the
leadership.
The veteran, like they haven't been to the playoffs. A lot of the guys on the team, so I wouldn't say they have. But I believe this year they're gonna make the playoffs. I feel like they're gonna get the experience they need, and if they can
Yeah.
keep this team together for 2-3 years, I wouldn't be surprised to see them competing
A nice young core.
deeper into the playoffs. Yeah.
They need to now because Jameis Winston costs almost nothing. So once Jameis Winston's time to get paid, y'all gonna have to let go of some players. So now's the time. Even though I think you guys are like the 6th best team in the NFC.
For real? What's the 5 better team? Are we doing that?
We're doing that later. Yeah,
We
we
doing
doing.
less
Well,
now?
we doing everybody that's making the playoffs, right?
Oh yeah.
All of our playoff teams.
I guess. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
I don't
Our
like to act
division
like I know
winners
the
are-
future of the
team.
show.
You do.
Every topic is sprung on me.
MVP for this year.
That's a hard one.
I got a sleeper pick for MVP.
Who-
Y'all gonna call me a homer, but the bet's too juicy right now. Eli Manning is 50-1 in MVP.
That's not a sleeper. That's not a sleeper.
50-1?
That's not a sleeper. Oh, I mean, based on odds, yeah, but I don't think that's a sleeper based on what he has.
You think
around him.
you think based on what he has around? I love it.
They're gonna be a passing team. I feel like clearly, and he's got weapons. He got
Yeah.
guys who don't
Options.
drop the
He
ball.
does.
Like,
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's
unless
close.
Brandon Marshall's hurt, he's not dropping balls, and neither is Odell
Odell.
Beckham apparently. And Sterling
Only
Shepard
close.
is gonna be. He's about to destroy every third option CV. Like I don't think that's a sleeper. That's an honest pick.
All right, 50-1 though. Bernard's honest pick. That's it. You put down $100, you get $5,000 back. There's nothing better than that. I don't think he wins MVP because the league actively hates Eli Manning.
Well, it's basically like we gotta pick a quarterback, and I'm gonna
It's
go with Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is 10-1.
Yeah, I feel like because of Marshawn Lynch and the presence he's gonna pose, Derek Carr was already somebody who was basically electrifying the league last year. He basically was playing great. He got injured, but whatever. But I feel like as long as he keeps that consistency, I've been able to do it all year. I don't see why he can't win. I'm not saying he is because we never know what these guys are gonna do. Brady might have an 8,000
I like Brady
season.
this year.
Yeah, like
That's my
I
pick.
never count against him. I just feel like it's a waste of a pick because we all know he's
Yeah.
possibly.
He's always
So
gonna
that's
be
not-
top 3
Yeah.
votes
So
no
I
matter
can't-
what.
That can't be my pick 'cause that's
Nah,
really-
that's
No,
just
you
why I
can't. You
don't
can't.
pick him.
I just did a sleeper pick with
I have a
Eli.
sleeper pick too.
Yeah,
Who's your sleeper
I
pick?
just don't pick
My
him.
sleeper pick is Mariota. I think he has.
I
a lot
think
of-
he's like
MVP?
12-1 too. So
Oh,
he's
he's
something
up there.
high, 20-1, something like that. He's up there.
Because they just got. I
mean,
forgot
don't
what's the
get me
name.
wrong.
The
He's
receiver
one
they
of
just
those
got-
mobile guys who proved he can actually throw the ball accurate.
They still have
Yeah.
Kenny Britt, right?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
But they got
they got
the
Eric
tight
Decker
end.
now.
oh
Like
yeah, that's
Decker-
who they got. They got
Delaney
Decker.
Walker, and then that wide receiver they drafted in the first overall, Corey Davis,
Yeah.
looks good.
They have. He has weapons around him too. Similar, not as
DeMarco
good,
Murray.
Similar to
Not
Eli.
as
Don't
good.
say he's
Not similar.
Thank you.
I'm saying a similar situation
Eli got
in
two
terms of
the
having
top
weapons.
5.
7. I'm not going because I don't want to have this conversation. So Eli got two the top 7 wide receivers.
We gonna have
No,
it anyway.
no, we're not.
We gonna
No,
have it.
I'm
We
going to
do
the
top
bathroom.
five.
I'm going to the
We do
bathroom.
top 5.
I
The
I think
bathroom.
Mariota regresses this year.
You think he regresses?
Regresses, yeah. But it won't. It would lead to the Titans having more wins. He just won't produce the same amount of numbers he was producing last year.
Why do you say that though? Like
I just got this feeling where DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry, both of them, it's going to be that rare situation where both of them have 1,000-yard rushing years.
oh, so you think he's only gonna regress in numbers?
Stats, numbers. No, he's going to be completion percentage is going to be up.
Oh, okay. I thought
you know,
meant, like,
interceptions
basically
are gonna
his
be down.
play.
No, yeah.
No, just because of the situationally.
Yeah,
he's gonna,
like yards and
Oh,
touchdowns are going to go down.
That's,
I hope
that's,
you're
that's
right.
understandable.
I hope you're right.
I don't because I got
Because
him on my
DeMarco
bench.
Murray, right? And you got Marcus Mariota. But you got Aaron Rodgers. And he's Aaron Rodgers.
He has a bye week. I don't need that on my bye week.
I hate bye weeks because of fantasy. Put them out there.
I hate bye weeks because of the schedule in general. Like
Yeah,
when good teams go on bye weeks, it bothers me.
yeah, it sucks.
Like, should I actually watch some of these games they put on TV?
And they always put all
Browns
the
ver-
good teams
The
at the same
Browns
time.
versus the Redskins. Like, should I
Or some,
watch?
of those, or some of those Thursday night matchups. Jaguars
And
and
Browns, that was
Jag-
ridiculous.
Jaguars and Titans.
Now they fixed up the Thursday
Nah,
night
but
schedule
you know,
this year.
certain bad teams got have electrifying players. Like I would watch a Mariota game.
You wouldn't
just to
watch
see
Leonard
what he
Fournette?
do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know yet.
Like,
Would you
if you
put-
draft him, then I'm watching
yeah,
him.
you're gonna watch him because you draft. But I'm saying like I gotta see what he produces. Like if he's exciting, then yeah, you're gonna. Even if he's bad, even if the team is bad, you're gonna want to watch. Like when Adrian Peterson was on a bad Minnesota team, it's
Mhm.
like you may not watch the entire game, but you tried to catch parts of it
Parts
to
of
make
it.
sure you caught some of that history.
That's why I got red zone guys.
Exactly. To
Red
see
zone's
bad,
amazing.
To see bad teams with great players do
Score.
things.
There's no other reason
Nah,
to
you
watch
got
the
red zone
Jaguars.
'cause of fantasy.
I like red zone. Red
You
zone's
like
cool.
to watch your fantasy players score in real
Mm.
time.
Yeah.
Real time scores.
It's either I'm watching the Giants or I'm watching red zone. That's it.
Offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Offensive rookie, I like Leonard Fournette. Obviously, maybe I'm a little, not a sleeper pick, but Christian McCaffrey, I think is going to be one of those two. I'm leaning towards Leonard Fournette.
I like Christian.
I like
Christian
Christian
McCaffrey,
McCaffrey.
yeah.
too.
I like Christian.
I like Christian McCaffrey too. I'm not
Either
mad.
Christian McCaffrey or Mike Williams, depending on if he get back healthy.
I don't like Mike Williams at all. I don't think he's going to make any impact until like week 12.
Felt like you got that one loaded up.
No, I'm sorry, friend. He's like the third option on the Chargers team right now, and he's not even healthy.
Still, yeah, he's hurt.
I'm sorry, not the third option. He's the third wide receiving option. He's like the 10th option as a whole.
I think he's
It's-
a sleeper.
It's Melvin Gordon, then Keenan Allen, then Travis Benjamin, then Hunter Henry.
Keenan Allen, Burns, Richard Sherman.
I remember that.
Mhm. That was like one of the first guys to officially
Right.
smoke him that season.
Yeah,
It
it was open season on him that year. Him,
It was-
Odell,
it started-
T.Y. Hilton,
They
all of
started
them was
picking
killing
on,
him.
They started picking on him after that.
Thank you, Hilton. His name is Ta.
That's his
That's
name.
hard, isn't it?
Defensive player of the year, I like Miles Garrett.
Yeah, I do.
Like
too.
even on a bad Browns team, he's gonna get 3 sacks a game.
3 a game.
He's breaking the record. No, he he's gonna have those games where he gets 3, some where he gets 0, but he's gonna be doing his thing.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Ben Bulwer isn't signed yet.
I like Christian
Clemson.
McCaffrey and Miles Garrett.
Yeah. Christian
Yeah, I
Christian
like
McCaffrey's gonna be dude. That Panthers offense is gonna be
They already got
explosive,
a playbook for him.
and I have it on my fantasy team. I'm starting him this week. I know him. I just don't know where to put him because I have so many guys. I don't know. It's so hard to pick when you have good players everywhere.
Which league is this? This is the one.
The dynasty one.
The one with the 10 players that I won last year. That's not. I wasn't saying. I was trying to figure out which league it was.
It's the only one you won last year.
Listen, the one I won. I said the one I won, not one of the ones I won. I'm not trying to take more credit than this dude.
What was? Oh yeah, can the Falcons bounce back from their Super Bowl loss? I mean, they still loaded with
They are.
most of the players that they have
I
from
think
last year. They still got Sanu. They still got Muhammad.
I think their problem is not going to be them. I think it's going to be the rest of their division.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
just how they stand up to that ridiculousness that they're going to have to go through this season. Because all 4 teams are, I think, formidable on any given night.
Toughest division in football.
10
right
and
now.
6 might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe
so
the
it's
Falcons
like-
are gonna be 10 and 6 and miss out.
I believe that might be their downfall. I don't think it's gonna be like a Super Bowl hangover type of thing where we just suck because we lost. Nah,
Like the Panthers.
it's
last
gonna
year.
be one of those things where the Panthers might go off and win 12 games.
I feel that. I see that.
And like
Yeah,
The
you know,
Bucks, like we
the
said,
Bucks
we
might
like
win
the Bucks.
11 or 10 games. Then you gonna have to go to the tiebreaker situation.
They're gonna lose.
I'm
with
not
tiebreakers.
counting the Saints all the way out yet. Like
Yeah, I'm not
that's
either.
like the low ball team in the division. Like if you're
Yeah.
stacking a
Just
division
think
right
about
now,
it.
but
Just think
They'll
about
have
it.
the
that
highest.
don't mean they're gonna
Just think about that.
terrible.
A team with Drew Brees and Adrian Peterson is the low ball.
They're gonna be the worst team on
In the
division, and they're gonna have at least 8 wins.
But it's
Mm.
like I'm not sure that they don't upset some of these teams. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't stack this division a certain type of way just yet. Like
It's,
I
you can't
believe
call it.
Falcons are one of the top 2 teams in the division. I believe it's Panthers and Falcons. I believe the Bucks are third. Like when it comes to on paper, but I don't think that that's just how it's gonna line up because of like how they are. I believe you're gonna have a situation where somebody just outperforms or somebody's schedule gives them favorable matchups. Like it's a lot of different things that it could go to, and it's like the Saints and Panthers were like the worst 2 teams in the division last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like they're gonna have the more favorable schedule.
Yeah.
So it might not be the fact that one team is better. It might just be, listen, I play weaker opponents because of last season,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it might cause me to have a better record than you. You might beat me both times, but everybody else I play weaker than me, and I'm one of the best teams in the league now. And you can't stop that. You can't play defense in games that you're not in. So
True.
I think they bounce back for me is like the only way they can bounce back is if they win the Super Bowl. So,
Then they're not bouncing back.
That's why I say they
I
won't
don't,
bounce
I don't
back.
say that. That's it.
But you can't bounce. You
I
have
think-
to after
I think you
being
gotta-
up by 25 points in the third quarter.
But that's not that's unrealistic. The only thing they could do to bounce back is win. Like
Yeah.
that's. I think if you get into the second round, you've done pretty good. Football is a sport where you play one game and move on. Like it's all about execution. You probably wasn't supposed to beat the teams you beat
Mm-hmm.
necessarily all
The
the
Falcons
time.
had a lot of close games last year.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like
they
you
did.
wasn't supposed to necessarily. It's not like any game is definite for any team. That's the thing that makes football special. It's not like the Patriots walk in. We all picked them, but it's like
Mhm.
you play one game, you might just lose that game. Like that matchup might be bad. So I can't say for me bouncing back is Super Bowl. Bouncing back to me is make the playoffs. At least win one game in the playoffs.
True.
Then it's like, all right, you had a good season. I can't knock anybody who made it to the second round. Like,
I'm not saying
the
this-
second round. I mean the first technical round. If you're a wild card team.
It can be successful without being a bounce back year though.
But I just think calling them winning the championship or making it to the Super Bowl, that's excessive.
That's
Like,
really hard to do.
Yeah, like that's impossible. You're asking, come on, like that's hard. Like that's hard enough to get there the first time.
Yeah,
Now
you
I
wanna-
have to get there the second time. or
Yes, you have to.
The last team to do that was the
Blew a
Seahawks, and
25.
before that,
you got a
it's
rough-
really
you
hard to
got
get
a rough
back-to-back
way-
Super
You got a
Bowls.
rough way to go about
Listen.
it.
Blow a 25-point lead, you have to win. That's the way I feel about it.
So you felt like the Lakers. That's where that come from, huh?
Well,
When
when
that 20-something point lead, they came back the next year and won.
mm-hmm.
That's where your standards come from.
That's it's the same thing.
But
as-
what happened
it's
in
the same thing. Like if Golden State wouldn't have won the title this year, it wouldn't have been enough.
If Golden State wouldn't have won,
Right. If they would have made it to the finals and lost.
I don't know. I don't think making it to the finals and losing is a
When
failure.
you choke away a lead like in that fashion, you have to come back and win.
So
Mhm.
bouncing back is. I mean, hey, it all depends on.
I don't see the Falcons winning the Super Bowl. This
Yeah,
year.
like
no, I don't need. Well,
I don't
I'll
consider
say
that bounce
but
back though.
I don't see them making the playoffs. Honestly,
What would your definition of bounce back be? Do you agree with Fred? Like you got to go
No.
basically further than where you went, or
that's almost
just
impossible.
Get back into the vicinity of where you
Yeah, back in the vicinity. If they get the second or first overall seed again, if they make the playoffs, that's a bounce back. You should look at the Panthers. They went 15-1,
That didn't make the
then didn't do anything. 6-10 last season. The Falcons do better than that. Come on.
Time to play a game. We're gonna play a game, Bernard. It's called Top 5.
Ooh,
Top 5.
I
You
love
ain't
top
gonna like
5.
mine. I already know you ain't. So
Starting
you can play
off.
all you want. I just
starting
don't like
off-
y'all's. I already know it.
Starting off with
Yes.
quarterbacks. Top
Who?
Cornerback,
Quarterbacks.
quarterbacks, like the thrower of the football.
Yeah.
It sounded like corner.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not quarter.
got you.
Quarter.
Quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
Who going
Let's
first,
just
man?
call the position Brady. The top 5 Brady's.
No.
I don't agree with that either. Don't get me wrong, he is number one.
He's
but
number 1 on my list too.
I'm not disrespecting everybody else.
He's the GOAT, but number 1 this season, I got Aaron Rodgers. This season coming up, Aaron Rodgers. Is Aaron Rodgers number 2, Fred?
Yeah.
Then why you say no? Like you're in disbelief.
Because he's just not better than Tom Brady.
Fred, what's your top 5, boy?
All right, go
Top
ahead, and then
5.
I'll do my top 5, and then B do
My
his
top
top 5.
5 right now is not Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
Is this like skill set or is this like their stats for the season?
Both.
Combined.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing stats.
I mean, Drew Brees will still have to be.
Skill set
number 3
is vaguely you
Then
know
I got- then I-
opinionated.
Then I got Cam at 4.
You got Cam at 4 this year?
Cam at 4. I got Matt Ryan at 5.
Matt Ryan has officially broken to your top 5 quarterbacks
He
then?
did his thing.
Oh. I need to see it for 2 years, Mr. Doubt them all last year.
All of last year.
I mean,
Listen, I give respect where it's due, man.
True.
You just was talking about,
I did not put him in my top 5 this year.
You just said they're not gonna bounce back. He's not gonna.
They're not, but I mean, you was the MVP
How much
last
respect do
year.
you have for a guy when you keep saying he blew a 23-point lead?
25, and
See what I'm saying?
and still
All
like
right, Rob, you want to go next?
All right, Aaron Rodgers. I'll go first. Aaron Rodgers, number 1. Brady at 2. Breeze at 3. So we have a 3.
My man gonna be in yours because I'm waiting because he's your man too.
I know you're talking about Eli. Not gonna be in my top 5.
He's not gonna be in your top
Nah,
5 for
he's
the
gonna
season.
be like he's gonna be like 6 for this season coming up.
That's what I'm
All right, then Big Ben and then Eli. Yeah, Big Ben and then
okay,
Eli. Yeah,
okay.
those 5.
You left Big Ben all the way out of yours.
I got Derek Carr's honorable mention in
See,
my 5 too.
That's another one I think is gonna regress, but I'll get back to that later.
No, he's not gonna regress.
You know what I mean by regress.
I got Actually, I think Derek Carr is probably gonna have like the best season in my eyes.
So he's the one.
He's my one for the season.
Holy crap!
Then you got
You did call him
then
MVP.
you got Brady, Rodgers, Eli, and Big Ben. Eli strictly because
You completely left Breeze out.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't think he's gonna be top 5 this season.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, of all time, Breeze is.
If it's all
I'm-
time,
not all time, but I'm saying like if it's of the best total careers right now, Breeze got to be in it.
mhm.
But he's in the top. I think he's gonna be in like the top 7 or 8. But nah, he's not gonna have a better season than Big Ben, Eli, Derek Carr, Brady, or Rodgers. I just don't see it
Mhm.
because those running backs, when they get a lead, it's not gonna be no more throwing the ball. Like certain things, I just don't see. Like what's his name? Got Marshawn Lynch, but it's
Yeah.
like Marshawn Lynch works throughout the game. He makes big plays really possible.
Yeah.
Like we've seen
3
with him and
yards,
Russell
3 yards,
Westbrook.
3 yards, 50
Yeah,
yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so he's gonna make his numbers jump
he's
as
really
much
like
as he takes
Yeah.
them away.
he's like a boxer.
Yeah, he's
Just
body
2, 3
blows
yards,
and then
just throw them
huge
out, just
knockout.
jabs.
I mean, I picked Derek Carr as my MVP, so
Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah.
he had to pretty much be the best quarterback.
Running backs.
So we're talking about for the season, like stats wise and all
That's
that.
what
Right?
I'm going with.
All
I
right.
don't know what's
Stats,
gonna happen.
stats, and
And
skill
kind of like
set.
like merging the two together. All right. David Johnson, number 1. I'm gonna pick him first overall in fantasy. Yeah. My running back MVP. Yeah, sure, for sure. Le'Veon Bell at 2. Ezekiel Elliott at 3. I think even if he misses
6 games.
those 6 games, I still think the skill set and the stats won't be up there, but they won't be too low. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be that Brady situation where it's like he came close enough to guys to be in
Mhm.
that discussion.
Exactly. If we're just talking about stats, I love Leonard Fournette this year. I have him as 4, and Marshawn Lynch makes a little bit of a comeback at 5. Honorable mention, of course, Christian McCaffrey, who's going to be a stud. I just feel like he's not going to get the goal line work, and he's going to miss out on some touchdowns because of that. That's the only reason I have him, diminished from there. The only reason. I feel like Jonathan Stewart's stronger, and Cam Newton, of course. Cam Newton vultures his running backs in the end zone also. So there's going to be a lot of touchdowns that he would have gotten if, Cam Newton and Jonathan Stewart weren't there. But all-purpose yards, he's going to be top 5 for sure.
I got I just had a brain freeze. This guy's
The
name
guy from the Rams.
from the
Todd
the
Gurley.
Steelers. From the Steelers.
Who? Yeah.
Oh,
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell. I got him at 1. I got Zeke at 2.
Oh, with David Johnson?
I got
Oh.
David Johnson at 3. Still got AP as number 4. And I got this guy from the Falcons, Devonta Freeman at 5.
AP's probably the best running back to ever do it, and I can't put him in there. It feels so bad.
No, I can't leave him out my top 5.
Oh, I forgot Devonta Freeman.
Yeah, that's I was looking at your list a little bit straight.
Oh, I forgot Devonta
I
Freeman.
got
Got Devonta.
I'm
Freeman
taking
at
out
5.
whoever I had at 5, Marshawn Lynch, and I'm putting in Devonta.
I love.
I got
can't put
Devonta Freeman.
Le'Veon Bell 1, Johnson 2, Devonta Freeman 3,
got
Marshawn Lynch 4, and Gurley at 5.
You got Zeke out of your top 5?
I'm
6
not
games
gonna
is
like his
huge.
stats. Them 6 games not doing it for
He's
me.
playing week 1 versus the Giants.
And then he's gonna not play it 6 games in the season. And it's like I'm like I said, mine is based totally on stats. I don't think as a running back you're gonna make up that ground against those guys.
Tough, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got other guys who also like Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, guys like that who are also on people's top 5 who are gonna play all season.
Mhm.
You can't make that up for me. So
He's right.
I'm not doing skill set because yes, he has a great skill set. He also has a great line. But he's not gonna.
We're gonna see
make
Darren
up
McFadden is
6
gonna
games worth
crazy
of
off
yards
that line.
missed and touchdowns. He's not gonna do that. So for me, I'm stacking him the way I see him this year, the way I see him turning out production
I
this year.
understand though.
Mm.
Why you would say that? Because
I'm not
then-
doing wide receivers. If that's not
I was gonna pick tight ends next.
We got to do wide receivers.
Listen, tight ends. I got
It's just skipping the whole position.
no.
Nah, he gonna.
It's
do
going to
it.
be last.
Tight ends, I
He's
got-
gonna do it because it's gonna get on my nerves.
Kelsey at 1.
You
Uh-huh.
got Kelsey at 1.
I got Bennett at 2.
Bennett.
I don't like Bennett.
No,
Gronk?
I'm sorry, not
Boy,
Bennett. Not
Gronk
Bennett.
is not
Uh,
number 1.
sorry.
Jordan Reed.
No, wait.
Greg Olson. We got a bunch of guys you just skipped.
I said
Nah,
no.
but
I
Bennett-
do have
Bennett
Kelsey at
getting
1.
thrown to
I
the
got-
Rogers.
I
kind of get it.
I have
So-
Kelsey
Jared
at
Cook
1.
was getting thrown to
I
by
really don't
Rodgers last
consider
year, too.
Gronk
He
a
was
tight end,
dropping
bro.
mad
I
balls.
don't
He
consider
was
Gronk a
dropping
tight end.
mad
Not in the
balls.
playoffs.
Y'all really consider
He
Gronk a
dropped
tight end?
4 balls before the spectacular catch.
All that matters is spectacular catch.
Sorry, Fred. Sorry, Fred.
All right, sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Nah.
Now it's your turn.
Y'all consider Gronk a tight end?
Yes,
Yes.
that's his position.
He lines up at.
I mean, so
Jimmy Graham tried to fight that
Jimmy
in court
Tight-
and lost.
technically, I guess I put Gronk at 1.
Mhm.
Then I put Kelsey at 2, Jimmy
Uh-huh.
Graham at 3, Olsen at 4, and Martellus Bennett at 5.
I have
He's putting Delaney Walker in there because he owns him.
Evan Ingram at 1. Gronk obviously at 1. I like Travis Kelce a lot at 2. Greg Olson 3.
I forgot somebody too.
Yeah,
Oh, Eifert.
No,
Eifert's gonna be good this year, but
I don't know if
Uh,
he cracks the top
Hooper
5.
from the
Nah,
Hooper
not
from the
even.
Falcons.
Nope.
no, I don't put him up there either. Who was that? I said Greg Olson.
Picking all Falcons.
Everybody. So who does that? I said Gronk, Kelsey, Olsen, Jordan Reed from the Redskins, and then
But he.
God,
Oh, yeah,
Bennett
he's
is
injured all the time. But
No.
I don't have
I
Bennett in
had to
there.
question his
You gotta
quarterback,
think
but I realized
Rodgers is
they
gonna get
re-signed
him the
him.
ball.
No, he's not. He doesn't get the ball to tight ends. He doesn't do that.
Robert said, like he was mad.
He
Doesn't
doesn't.
do
I've
that.
had Jared Cook several occasions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front.
Jared
That
Cook is the
man
reason
dropped
they
a
progress-
lot of balls.
He doesn't throw the ball to
Tight ends.
Garrett Cook is the reason they advanced.
But
in the
nah,
playoffs.
Throw it to
I
Richard
can
Rodgers.
see why he would be outside the top 5, but I can also see why he would be in it.
The inside somebody.
What,
Yeah, of
Bennett?
course.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Graham at 5.
Yeah, mine is pretty much the same as Roberts. Except I might just feel some type of way and put Eifert at 5, but
I like
wouldn't-
Eifert
I
a
wouldn't
lot.
be
He's
mad
just
at that
injured a
pick.
lot. And hey, if he stays healthy,
Maybe
he's
Gronk.
top 3.
Baby
Yeah.
Gronk.
but That's pretty much the same.
Evan Ingram, watch out for him.
Except
He's
I
gonna
like
come up.
the only thing I think about is Olsen.
He's
I
gonna-
might have a question for him and a chance for him at number 2, because
Trade him to me then if you have any doubt.
no, I might put him at number 2 instead
Oh.
of number 3 where you put him. Just not that I love Olsen. He's been my rock. Before
They hold each other at
Been
night.
my rock.
Listen, the championship is in between us. But yeah, like mine is pretty much the same. I switch Olsen and Kelsey, and basically I bring in Eifert at 5. Yeah,
I like it.
if he can stay healthy. If not, then we have the same top 5. With
Well
Olsen.
received.
You want to go first or I go first?
Not AJ Green. That's my top 5.
I got Odell at 1. Odell's just another homer pick for me, but honestly, I can't put Antonio Brown and Julio Jones above him because Odell, for 3 straight years, leads in yards and touchdowns, and he was the only option. So I got to put Odell at 1, Antonio Brown 2, Julio Jones 3. Those are the easiest people, too easy to pick. And there's a huge dropout to like 4. AJ Green.
Oh wow, he put him higher than I was gonna put him. You're not gonna put Jordy at 4?
Nah, I ain't even putting Jordy at 5.
Wow.
Jordy gonna have a monster year, but and I like Mike Evans at 5. I'm acting like Jordy Nelson's not up there with him. Like if I'd take Jordy Nelson, and be fine. Jordy Nelson's a quick 6, but
I say
and DeAndre Hopkins, he has the skill set. Our favorite word to be up there, but he's not putting up the stats for Tommy Savage as the quarterback.
I gotta DeAndre Hopkins is like 6 though.
And Brandon Marshall's 7th.
I would say
Top
one I got Odell
Of course,
because
he's the
he's
best.
just better than everybody else.
He's the best player in football.
We skipped the first 3. We know who the first 3 consists of.
Yo, because
It's all our first 3.
It just ain't a different
Antonio
order.
Brown at 2.
Nah, I got Julio Jones at 2.
Yeah, I saying I
but
got
I'm just
Antonio
saying,
Brown
we
at
know
2,
that what the
Julio
top
Jones
3
is
consist
3.
of. It's the same
Yes.
ingredients.
I
Just
think me
mixed
and Rob,
different.
I got Jordy at 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got my man AJ Green at 5.
Top 5.
Top 5 AJ Green. That's how I'm referring to him on the show from now on. He will not be anything but
I
top
hope he's
5
right.
AJ
I have him on
Green.
my team.
I don't care if he's right. That has nothing to do with me.
BB.
I think, all right, like I said, I'm doing stats for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Personally believe those 3, Odell in this order, Odell, Julio, Antonio Brown if Julio stays healthy. I believe Des Bryant's going to be in the top 5 this year.
Okay.
And see, the throw up for me is DeAndre Hopkins. If DeAndre Hopkins is healthy and is able to get the ball from his quarterback, he's one of the top 5. If not, then I don't know.
Brandon Marshall, do it. Put him up there.
I would, but it's like I feel like he's gonna get
Odell's gonna take all the stats. Yeah.
not that because I feel like it's gonna be a lot of points scored by them. Like it's gonna be one of those seasons where both
Draft your
guys-
Giants.
Yeah, both guys have crazy seasons. That's why I kept Brandon Marshall
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like he's still gonna have quality. Maybe not top of but he's not gonna be too far behind the top tier.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be too pressed about putting him, but I like Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at any of y'all picks.
Yeah. No.
Like
I'm
Not-
mad at y'all picks.
AJ Green.
I feel.
So if I
feel
remove
like
AJ Green
all-
and put
like,
in Brandon Marshall,
all
it's
of
good.
those is like
I love
everybody
it.
that was in your top 5 was either in my top 5 or honorable mention outside of my
Yeah.
top 5. Like Mike Evans, and DeAndre Hopkins, I would like. They're very close to being
Mhm.
4 and 5 on my top 5
And
list.
if I think Derek Carr is gonna be MVP, who's close?
Amari
Yeah.
Cooper,
Amari Cooper, yeah.
He was
So,
close.
who I have on my fantasy team.
I thought about him, but I like mine.
product of Alabama. Tom Ford has been waiting since February to do this. Super Bowl picks.
You don't want to do
2022.
division winners first or something like that?
Oh yeah, we could do division winners first.
That's gonna be a rough section.
That is gonna be tough.
AFC East. We'll
Just
start with the easiest one.
Pats.
Patriots.
Easy.
AFC least.
The Vegas finally figured it out, and the Patriots like minus 8,000 to win the AFC East.
Finally.
Yeah. It's free money.
AFC West.
I got the Chiefs. Chiefs winning it again. The Chiefs. Alex Smith is my guy.
I got, my MVP.
Yeah, I got
The Raiders.
the
Raiders.
AFC North.
Steelers.
Steelers, obviously.
They're gonna be really good this year.
We should rename that division the Steelers.
Watch out for the Cincinnati Bengals in top
If we're
5.
gonna rename that division, we might as well rename the AFC East.
Might as well too.
Massachusetts.
Listen. They've been like the two best teams in that conference for like
For
mad
years,
long.
yeah.
AFC South.
Texans.
Titans.
I like the Texans.
I think I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Texans.
The Texans gonna lose their first 2 games, and then Deshaun Watson is gonna start, and then
I mean, I'm not
DeAndre
mad at
Hopkins
neither
is
one of
making
y'all
th-
picks, but I like right now I have to go with the Texans.
Don't have as much personnel as the Titans.
They don't.
I think that Eric Decker pickup was
We talking about
Huge.
winning the division.
but yeah, you don't need to be the best to win the division.
NFC South.
Panthers. Panthers at 11-5. It's gonna be a hard fought division.
It is. I gotta go Panthers too. I have to. I want to go Buccaneers so badly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
I
go-
like that. Finally, a brave soul.
I want to go
Go
Buccaneers so
Buccaneers.
badly, but I feel like it's just
The Buccaneers were veering upward last year.
Yeah, they
I'm
were.
not gonna just pick a team that was
and they beat the Panthers last year twice.
that doesn't mean anything.
Mm.
Panthers were terrible last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Panthers are gonna win one of those.
I'm just
games.
saying that it just gives you a look in the perspective how good they actually were. And like one of those games Cam Newton played, so they were pretty good. They were on the cusp last year.
I love that word.
Cusp.
It just sounds like
Cusp.
cusp.
NFC North.
Packers.
Duh.
Yeah. Can we skip certain ones? Like, can we just?
We only have 2 more divisions after this, and then I want to do the 2 wild cards we got.
NFC West.
Seahawks.
Cardinals.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick. I had the Cardinals before the Sheldon Richardson trade, so I can see it both ways.
NFC West. Oh, we did West. I did
It's
West
East now.
Oh, NFC East.
this-
Oh yeah, NFC East.
This division has not had a repeat champion since the Eagles in 2004.
Giants.
I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys and Giants a lot. I'm gonna go with the Giants as well. I think those 2 teams are much better than the Redskins and the Eagles.
I'm sorry for interrupting that, but I just feel like it's clear. That
Yeah, I don't think it's that clear. Why I like
think
the
it's
Giants.
clear.
I like the
I'm
Giants.
sorry. I might be wrong, but I feel like
I
it
hope
is
he's not.
clear.
Who you got, Fred?
The Cowboys.
Remember, you had them win the Super Bowl last year. They didn't even win a
Told you that
playoff
was a
game.
terrible pick. You openly said that in the
I got
open.
the Giants winning it too because they just too stacked.
They are stacked. The defense is gonna be. They have the chance of being the number 1 defense in the league this year.
Who?
The Giants.
No way.
You don't think so? They definitely have a
niggas
top
gonna-
5 secondary.
They do, but I just feel like it's gonna
Top
be the
5 front
it's gonna
line?
be the Cowboys again.
Yo, Fred.
Who win the
I learned-
division?
One thing I
They have
learned
the
about
number
this
one
Giants.
defense.
They didn't
team-
have the number 1
One
defense.
thing I learned about this
The
Giants team.
Patriots
is
had it.
you do not go against Robert in this one subject. Do not say no way because this is his team. He
Yeah.
studies them
That's
No,
true.
but I'm just,
like it's a degree
I-
at the end
like
of
the
this.
Cowboys are always loaded on defense.
They're not. No, defense is a liability for them.
Yeah, they're not loaded.
They have the number 1 O line. They had the number 1
They're
offense last
always
year.
loaded before like it's time to drug test and go to
No.
court date.
That's huge though.
Like
What it
Rolando-
They don't have their players to
What it
show
is
up.
is-
like Rolando McLean.
What it
Where's
is-
he?
What it is Ezekiel
Suspended.
Elliott took a lot of pressure off of them last year.
Mhm.
When they got ahead in games, Ezekiel Elliott was able to
To hold it down.
hold the ball.
Even then, they weren't the number 1. They were like 15th.
So for the first 6 games of the season, or whatever he gets his suspension,
Mhm.
defense gonna
After the
pick
week
apart
2.
like a buffet meal.
So upset. But we shut down Ezekiel Elliott twice last season. We're gonna shut him down again.
I'm not gonna front you. Gotta let that go. That
AFC.
was last year. I think y'all gonna win the game too. Come on.
Alright, Super Bowl picks.
Hold on,
Wild
can I
card.
say my 2 wild cards? For
Oh.
the NFC, I got the Cowboys and the Bucks.
I got the Cowboys in mine too, but my second team will be
So if you keep in score, I got the Falcons missing the playoffs.
Yeah, my Falcons. Falcons is in it for me.
Mm.
So it's the Cowboys and Falcons. And the NFC.
NFC, I got the
Saints and the
I got the Cowboys and the Bucks in this
I got the
NFC wild
Panthers
card.
Same
missing
thing.
the playoffs.
Huh?
I got
The
the
Panthers
Panthers missing
missing-
the playoffs.
That's tough. AFC, I got the yeah, the Bengals. I feel like they get a bounce back. And then it's between the Raiders and the Chargers. I'm gonna lean towards Raiders.
You got
You
the that's the second spot they getting?
Yeah.
You said you didn't
got
have the Raiders.
You got the Bengals making it above the Raiders?
You didn't have the Raiders winning
Yo.
the division.
Nah, he
No,
got
said the
the
Ravens?
Chiefs. He got the Chiefs.
No, I had the Chiefs. I didn't get the Raiders.
Oh,
I said the
okay.
Raiders and the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals could get the 6th wild card. I don't know, 5th, 6th. It doesn't
I
matter.
got the Titans and Chiefs.
I mean, the Raiders could go 12-4 and still get the 5th wild
Screw that. I
seed.
got the Falcons. I mean, not the Falcons. I got the the Chiefs and the Broncos. No, not the Chiefs and the Broncos. I got the
Didn't
I
the
got
Raiders
Chiefs
go
and the other
12-4
team, my
last
bad.
year and get
Titans.
the
I
5th?
got the Titans and the Chiefs.
Titans and Chiefs. Fred?
I got the I have the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Chargers up there.
Like the Chargers.
You got 3 teams from that division making the playoffs.
Like the Chargers.
I like the Chargers over the.
I don't like nothing about the Chargers, so you're not saying nothing.
Nah, I'm just.
You pick a lot of things I don't like. I realize that.
Super Bowl picks?
If any, I'm not gonna front.
What's your Super Bowl pick, Fred? B?
It's the Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah.
The AFC. You're all in on the Raiders this year.
Raiders and Giants.
Everything.
That would be a great Super Bowl.
I gotta go before you. I'm not ready to not pick the Giants.
I got the Raiders and the Panthers in the Super Bowl.
I like the Panthers too.
I
Yeah, I got the
wanna-
Patriots making either the Patriots or the Steelers. It's not gonna be
I
the
wanna
Raiders.
I want to see the Raiders versus the Packers,
That would be a good.
but I think the Panthers are just going to be better than them in a playoff game at least.
So I got the Patriots making it. Homer in me says Giants for sure, which isn't a bad pick. Giants all the way. But let's see a Rodgers versus Brady Super Bowl.
I wanna see it.
Packers versus the Packers versus
It would definitely be the
Patriots.
highest rated Super
I'm
Bowl.
tired of seeing Brady there. Somebody
Who?
beat him early.
It could be Jaguars versus Bucks, Fred, and it will be the highest rated Super Bowl.
No, more people will watch if it's Brady versus
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Rodgers.
I'm just saying any matchup this year would be the highest rated Super Bowl
I mean, it gets
because it keeps getting more every
it
single year.
grows. All right, that's all the time we got for today. Plugs.
Follow us on all social media platforms.
Pick Skull.
Eventually, it'll come out.
Did you say your Super Bowl pick?
Huh?
Did you say your Super Bowl pick?
What,
Oh,
the
yeah.
team won?
He
yet?
said
Nah, I
Raiders
didn't
and
pick my
no, we
winning
didn't pick the
team.
win. You want to pick winners?
Nah, not yet.
Giants.
Giants.
I love this guy. He's not gonna come watching the house because I'm gonna be the worst person for the next year.
Jets.
Oh, if I'm picking the same team.
Let the Giants win. Let me win in 2 years in
If
fantasy.
I pick them to win too, I don't care. I'm gonna be right there with you. I told you they was gonna win. Proof.
More rings than Peyton.
I don't care.
Trey
He
Songz.
retired.
Trey Songz.
So he has more rings right this second.